Welcome to Parc Scarlets in Llanelli for the second Welsh derby of the season. The Scarlets defeated the Dragons a week last night down at Rodney Parade, but tonight they faced their sternest test so far. They're up against the Magners League champions, the Ospreys, and it's good to say that the fans have responded, and there are anything up to 14,000 turn up to Parc Scarlets tonight for this encounter, what promises to be a pulsating encounter, led out by Alan Wyn-Jones, the new captain of the Ospreys this season, and Dan Biggar looking to further establish his credentials against Stephen Jones. British Lion Mike Phillips makes his first start of the season alongside Dan Biggar, but Ryan Jones has to be content with a place on the bench as Jonathan Thomas again takes the number 8 shirt. Marty Holler is called up to the back row as a replacement for injured Ben Lewis, and the only other change from last week's starting 15 that defeated Italians Aironi. Matthew Rees leads out the Scarlets. Three wins on the bounce then. Their only defeat coming in the first match of the season's away at Treviso. But the interesting statistic is that they've already scored twice the number of bonus points that they had secured by the end of last season. So let's have a look at their team, and the man of the moment certainly is the man wearing number 14, George North. He's had a tremendous start to this season. The Scarlets are without centre Jonathan Davis and fullback Andy Fenley. They call on Daniel Evans and Gareth Maul, and George North goes head-to-head with Shane Williams on the wing. Thomas Noyle again starts ahead of Martin Roberts. Have a look at the bench. Well, you'd say that the Ospreys bench looks more experienced, possibly, with Ryan Jones, the Wales captain, on duty there. Nigel Owens has been on Tri-Nations duty in the Southern Hemisphere, and where referees have been particularly strict on law interpretations, and it has been said during the last few days that the law interpretations, well, they favour the Scarlets, certainly in this encounter, and the Ospreys certainly have to be on their very best behaviour this evening. Just a glimpse there of young George North, rapidly becoming a firm favourite with the younger element of the Scarlets supporters. So the Ospreys then kick off. Ball not quite gathered by Lou Reed, so the Ospreys will get the advantage of the first put in. What a week it promises to be then for Dan Biggar, awaiting the 20-year-old over this next week, searching examinations against the foremost number 10s in the Northern Hemisphere over the past decade, Stephen Jones and Johnny Wilkinson, as the Ospreys take on Toulon in their back garden next weekend. Phillips then, in his first start of the season, looks to release the outside back. Alan Wyn-Jones, the captain, gets a hand to it. Regan King up very quickly. Jonathan Edwards, another youngster looking to make his mark this season. His harassing has brought a penalty for the Scarlets, and this surely is within kicking distance, within kicking reach of Stephen Jones. And again, it's that tackle area that's proving problematic at the very start of this match, just as it was last week against lowly Aironi down at the Liberty Stadium. My name is Wyn Griffith, and you're listening to the English language commentary service provided by Sunset and Vine for S4C. Just some statistics there. Stephen Jones rejoined the Scarlets in 2006. 638 points to his credit, 82% kicking average. Can he open the score for the home side? Well, that's disappointment. You'd put your money on Stephen Jones to kick those, especially with a good support behind him. So it's a let-off for the Ospreys. Bigger kicks long from the restart to his opposite number. Here, Byrne has called for it just on his own 22. Carried back inside. Jones up very quickly on his opposite number there. Or on Byrne rather. Phillips just has a quick look. It'll take a game or two for Phillips to get back into his stride. That's the confidence of young Bigger for you. And another young man who doesn't lack confidence, the ex-Osprey, Tavis Noyle. What a confrontation that promises to be this evening. The young pretender, Tavis Noyle, against the far more experienced Mike Phillips. Likewise at outside half, Dunby against this man, Stephen Jones. A show and goal from the outside half, almost up to the Ospreys 22. Options left and right here. They go to the blind side once again, where David Lyons waits. Tavis Noyle again looking to release the ball. This time it's Jerry Collins who's penalised. So it's a promising start then for the Scarlets, but they need to kick their points, and no one knows that more than Stephen Jones. Collins needed to move away or make an effort or show to referee Owens that he was making an effort to get away from the breakdown area. Stephen Jones loves to play close to the gain line, something he learned out in Clermont. Nearer to the post this time then, can he make it? Yes, he can. The opening score, 1 out of 2 then for Stephen Jones, and open their account. They lead the Ospreys after 4 minutes by 3 points to 0. It all stemmed from that little kick out of defence from Dan Bigger, still learning to control the game. Good take there. Up the restart. And the Scarlets have lost it. Jonathan Thomas has kept the number 8 shirt. Played most of his rugby at blindside as Jonathan Thomas. The confidence of George North. 4 tries to his name already this season. Doesn't look out of place at all, does he? The 18-year-old from North Wales. Originally from Roscollin on Anglesey. Hibbard and Shane Williams somehow contrived to cough up possession. Listen to that roar. I was just about to say the Stradi roar, but it's certainly of an intensity commensurate with that we remember down the road at Stradi Park. The weight advantage certainly favours the Ospreys by some half a stone a man.
Pause, engage, in 9.
Solid scrummaging. David Lyons just nudges it backwards. Noyle up and down. Nigel Owens playing advantage here. Shane Williams looks to get away, but in front of the kicker, so a chance for Dan Bigger possibly to have up at the post.
No, gear offside, free run man, split on them 10. On within 10 metres.
Scarlet plays within 10 metres, that's what Nigel Owens tells Stephen Jones. So it's all about mistakes in the opening 6 minutes or so. Dan Bigger has a 73% success rate this season. Just a little drizzle falling down on the Parc des Scarlets turf. Dan Bigger to level the scores. Struck it well. There's 3 points all. Scott Johnson happy with that effort from youngster Dan Biggar. That will have pleased the Osprey supporters who have made the short journey across the Lougher Bridge, but a little further than Swansea these days. Thomas calls for it and takes it. Could be a big season for Jonathan Thomas, out of contract with the Ospreys at the end of this season. Taken back inside the 22. Dan Evans has to track back for that one. Should have plenty of time and space to pick his spot. Dan Evans takes the place of Dan Fenby, Andy Fenby rather. Scored 2 tries last weekend against Carmarthen Quins for the Llanelli Premiership. 2 caps to his name as Dan Evans, the Ammanford product. Richard Hibbard looking for the jumpers. Thomas comes up from the number 8 position, but it all looked a bit untidy. Jonathan Edwards snaps it up for the Scarlets. It's advantage to the Scarlets here, the advantage over. Jones opting for the kick. Puts it behind Shane Williams down on the far side there. Toughest test so far in the season then for the Scarlets. Lost out in Treviso. Stephen Jones wasn't playing that night. Since then they've secured a bonus point against Connaught and also against Ironi at home here at Parc y Scarlets, and denied the Dragons a bonus point away from home last weekend. So they're in fine form. The youngsters in the Scarlet side have certainly gained experience last season. The first real test for them. George North, there he goes. Tackled by Ospreys captain Alan Wynne-Jones, but he'll have a go. His first instinct is to counter-attack. 6 feet 4 inches tall, 16.5 stones, and just 18 years of age. What a prospect. Such a depth of talent on the wings at the moment, vying for Wales call-ups. Tom Pridey, Christian Phillips out with the Wales 7 squad in Delhi, of course, for the Commonwealth Games. A testing kick this then for Dan Evans. Tommy Bow is up very, very quickly, and a confident take from the fullback. Plenty of support as well. The Scarlets driving downfield. They gained some 20 metres up to the 10-metre line. Jones finds Leeburn, Lamont and Gareth Maul on him immediately. Nigel Owens is on the spot to make sure that the ball is released in good time. Maul stepping over the bodies, trying to get at that ball. Hibbard, shoulder down into David Lyons. Shane Williams in midfield, the licence to roam as ever. The pass is forward though. And Dan Evans will have to come back. Yeah, he may live just down the road, Nigel Owens, but he might have been crossed off a few Christmas cards lists already. Well, it wasn't too far forward. The ball was knocked forward though. Yeah, the Scarlet supporters want to see George North with ball in hand. And perhaps Nigel Owens did blow up prematurely there. But look at this drive. Jonathan Edwards doing good work there. Reads the game so well. And now getting a run of games in the number 7 shirt. The Wales triumvirate, Warren Gatland, Rob Howley, Neil Jenkins on duty, albeit a late start tonight at Parc y Scarlets.
Everybody in there, please, lads. Shoulders out when we come in, please. Same with you.
Because on the Ryder Cup taking place down the road, some 40-50 miles down the road at the Celtic Manor. And what a weekend it is for the European side. Certainly what an afternoon they've had, and incidentally there will be highlights of today's play at the Ryder Cup later on this evening on S4C.
Right, I put the hookers on the mark, nobody moves. There, come over a bit. Come here a bit. Don't move.
Adam Jones, Richard Hibbard and Paul James, they took the Ironi front row apart last weekend. So they're up against a solid front row this evening again in Iestyn Thomas, Matthew Rees and Deacon Manu.
We know what to do, let's do it, please. Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage. In 9.
Regan King at 12 this evening. Gareth Moore on the outside. Davis, of course, is injured, but I've seen him walk around here without a limp, so that augurs well for the game, the first game in the Heineken Cup this season, at home here to Perpignan next weekend. And the Scarlets will certainly be hoping for a goodly number of supporters as have answered the response here this evening. So still 3 points all then, with almost 13 minutes of play. George North has come in off his right wing, standing just to the right of Stephen Jones. But before he gets the ball in hand, Nigel Owens needs to sort out the scrimmage.
Don't look to the side, look in your own job. Let's get closer, please.
Both front rows want to get that edge.
Crouch.
Get the nudge on. There he is, young George North.
Pause, engage.
Scarlets need the ball. They concede half a stone weight advantage per man. The kick meant for Sean Lamont. But Bigger kept an eye on his man. Used the touchline to good effect as well. So George North clearly a decoy. The Ospreys back division drawn in readiness for the threat of George North, but Lee Byrne kept a watchful eye on Sean Lamont. Ian Goff takes it unopposed. 63 caps to his name has Ian Goff. Phillips finds good touch just on halfway. Lamont thinks about the quick one, thinks better of it. From off the bench against Ironi last weekend for some 20 minutes or so. Jonathan Thomas. Keeping a watchful eye in the back of the line-out. Taken though by Lou Reed. Josh Turnbull goes in with a headband. Tavis Noyle, that's a big hit on Tavis Noyle by Ian Goff. That's a very strong element of his game, the tackling. Still there. Jonathan Edwards goes to ground, gains extra yardage.
Roll away, rough call.
Turnbull. Iestyn Thomas, a little more grunt. Back to Stephen Jones in midfield. Regan King, the dancing feet of Regan King. Can he get that ball away to George North? Yes, he can. He's well marshalled on the far touchline, but the Scarlets still moving forward here. Noyle, the Scarlets want it the wide outside, though, is Iestyn Thomas. So they'll take it up through the middle one more time as the Scarlets regroup, probing the blind side. A neat little chip ahead from Stephen Jones. Mike Phillips in all sorts of trouble there. Needs support, gets it.
Push back, Red. Last feet, Red.
Collins.
Stay. Good.
Moving a few legs and feet out of the way. Huge boot, left boot of Dan Bigger from inside his own 22 there. Almost up to the Scarlets 22. Paul James fails to gather, didn't go forward though. Good work by Stephen Jones initially. Just slowed down Phillips though. Byrne, quick charge down. Bigger gathers. Scuffs that one off the edge of his boot. It's advantage Scarlets once again. Well, again, the crowd, the home supporters in fine voice. Byrne wanted to get a little bit of weight behind that, but Lou Reed, though, at 6 feet 7 inches tall, got a hand to it. Well, the Ospreys back in their own 22. It's a Scarlet line-out. Reed and Dominic Day down the back. Turnbull takes. Noyle just inside the Ospreys 22 and takes the first hit in midfield. Lamont on his own to the left now, ambling across. Jones again to Regan King, sucks in 2 defenders. Reed turns his back against the Ospreys threat. Noyle didn't quite get that pass away. Just nudged forward though, so the opportunity is lost. But it's been all Scarlets in the opening quarter or so. 59% possession. David Lyons was in the way. Regan King showing all his class once again. Yeah, what a shame that he had that solitary cap for New Zealand, and ironically against Wales. When was it? Back in 2003, I think it was. Came on as a late replacement. Well, the Scarlets really do need to turn this territorial advantage into points on the board. I'm sure I recognise that song. I've heard it before. But not too often here at Parc y Scarlets, I have to say. It's good to hear Sosban Bach once again ringing around Parc y Scarlets.
Time out. Front 6, please.
These 2 front rows know each other's place so well. 5
scrums and 4 are going down. What's the problem? Wet? Okay, well, let's set it a bit higher then and keep it up. Is that clear? Thank you.
Fair comment. Longer studs, perhaps. Half time. That could be another solution. Adam Jones against Iestyn Thomas. Well, down and in.
Down and in. Engage up.
So Deacon Manu is the man penalised this time. Let's keep an eye on the next scrum and see who's penalised. So that scrum and the kick then relieve the pressure on the Scarlet, on the Ospreys 22 rather. Both props went down on this side, but it was Deacon Manu on the far side who was penalised. Down and in, said Nigel Owens. The man who's won 2 caps for Fiji, although he was asked whether he would entertain the idea of playing for Wales when things were pretty thin in the tight head cupboard.
Captain or not, you call a knot straight and I'll blow a penalty. Get on to the game.
Yeah, the tension. You can feel the tension all around the ground.
Wel, Nigel, y pwysau I gyd gyda'r Scarlets fan hyn, ond y sgorfwr na dal yn gyfartal hyd yma.
Ie, mae rhaid ni gael rhywbeth mas o...
Dot Davis there suggested to Nigel Davis, the Scarlets coach, that the Scarlets are applying all the pressure, but it's all square on the scoreboard. That might change in the next 3 seconds, though. Yeah, Nigel Davis just saying, yeah, we've got to get something out of the next few minutes. So there we go. Deacon Manu penalised first up.
clear. Back you go.
Agilla wins, losing patience.
Good Stephen.
The Ospreys looking to use their weight advantage. So in all honesty, there was no need to wheel the scrum deliberately, if in fact that is what happened. A little pull here, a little tug there. And the shove is exaggerated, and the wheel is exaggerated. But the outcome, the upshot of all that is a third chance for Stephen Jones to aim for the post. From some 45 metres then. He struck it well. Straight through the front door. Stephen Jones. Well, the Scarlets have re-established the 3-point gap. 6 points to 3. And 21 minutes of play. That kick takes Stephen Jones to 52 points for the season. 46 points coming into this match. The ruck has been called. Noyle hoists the high one. Drops on Lieber, can't gather though. George North again giving chase. Shane Williams held up by Tavis Noyle. The Ospreys have it though through Phillips initially. Good work by Dan Bigger, spotted that Sean Lamont was up with play, looked to put it behind the tall wing three-quarter. Noyle again, looking to get the advantage in the drop on Marty Holler, attacking his weak inside shoulder. Two locks in midfield, but again it's the kick into the wide open spaces from Stephen Jones to keep the pressure on. Won't go into touch though.
Still moving.
Ball still rolling, still moving. So scrum back. Cleverly and expertly done by Lieber. Foot outside as the ball was rolling. So they'll come all the way back almost to halfway for the scrum. Well, final scoreline out in Italy. Ironi just 1 point adrift then after 80 minutes against Edinburgh. 10 points to 9. Edinburgh next week, of course, they will be the opponents for the Cardiff Blues in the first round of the Heineken Cup at the Cardiff City Stadium. Latest score for you: Leinster 3, Munster 3. Munster second in the table, ahead of the Scarlets and behind the Blues. So it's not inconceivable that if the Scarlets can get a win here this evening, that they could climb to the top of the Magners League table. So that game out in Ireland is being played on the new Aviva Stadium on the site of the old Lansdowne Road this evening. The opening game then in the new stadium.
Play the ball, play the ball.
Scrum again goes to ground. Phillips keeps it low. Bounces kind though for Dan Evans. Loves to counter-attack. Man of the match against London Irish for the Scarlets in the away match at the Medeski Stadium, if I remember, last season. Fussell has tracked back to take this kick. A recent recruit, of course, from the Dragons, but holding on to that number 14 shirt and giving a good account of himself. Shane Williams, knowing that there's huge competition for the wing three-quarter berth for Wales this season. Needed to keep that ball in play, really, did the Ospreys. They're always challenging decisions.
Didn't out.
Matthew wiping his face, wiping the ball as well.
Come in, lads.
Still drizzling here at Parc des Scarlets. George North has taken a bump. The play on, says referee Nigel Owens. Best attacking position for the Ospreys in this first half. We've had 25 minutes of play. The Ospreys trail by 3 points again. Tavis Noyle hoists the high one. No one brave enough to come for that one. Phillips gets it away to Lee Byrne. Good harassing from Josh Turnbull. Getting a chance as Rob McCusker is injured. Or not fully fit, I should say.
On your feet, please. The hands are on the ball, you're going off your feet. Back you go, off the feet. 3 of them, off your feet.
Scarlet players not staying on their feet. Let's see what happened. Turnbull, Edwards. May have been Dominic Day the third. Doesn't really matter because it's a chance for Dan Biggar once again to level the scores. Interesting tonight, isn't it? Biggar against Stephen Jones, Tavis Noyle against Mike Phillips. 45 metres, that was the distance for Stephen Jones a few minutes ago. And Biggar up to the task. It's 6 points all. 13 minutes remaining of the first half. 2 for Jones, 2 for Biggar. The Ospreys have won the last 4 games against the Scarlets, including 2 here at last season at Parc des Scarlets. Turnbull went low, took the legs from under Jonathan Thomas.
Push back.
Testing kick for Lions. Evans up from fullback. On the spot just outside the Ospreys 22. Nigel Whitehouse, the traffic policeman, is on duty on the far side as referee's assistant. The territorial advantage hugely favours the Scarlets. 69% against 31%. Clean take by Ian Goff. North heavily strapped left ankle now. Evans releasing Lamont. Purcell slips. Lamont spots the slip as well. Moore goes into release. Manu this time, head down into Marty Holler. Jones, quick release to Matthew Rees, his captain. Jones comes over to the narrow side. Lions to Manu again. Moore strong in midfield. Collins, Scarlets going nowhere at the moment. Good defensive effort here from the Ospreys. Stephen Jones commanding operations behind and telling Tavis Noyle, yeah, take it up once again on the blind side. And that's exactly what Turnbull does. Lions as well. All the forwards in one line just outside that ruck there. Edwards nudged forward. There's the touch judge of this side. He spotted the minor indiscretion. Gwyn Morris.
Okay. Scrum, lads.
Oh, we heard from Nigel Davis, the Scarlets coach.
What do you make
hear
of it
from
so far,
Sean Holly.
Yeah, it's great. It's good atmosphere. You know, maybe Saturday 8 o'clock's a good time. I don't know, but keenly contested. We haven't had a lot of ball ourselves, doing a lot of defending, and the Scarlets have come out really fired up.
And all internationals up front, both sides. It's a big battle up front, isn't it?
It is, you know, it was always going to be, and I think both benches are going to have a big say in it as well. So, yeah, we'll see at the end.
Diolch yn fawr, Sean.
It's a better scrum, acknowledged also by the referee. Not that it's going to be any easier for him. Fussell came in off the blind side there, on the shoulder of Jerry Collins. Couldn't quite gather the greasy ball. So half hour gone, still 6 points all.
Happy with the distance? Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Lamont, just like Fussell a minute ago, in from the blind side. Scottish international Stephen Jones asking questions on the Ospreys defence once again. Royal at least did well to gather that around his ears somewhere. But once again, the momentum is lost, the ball is lost forward.
Back just a step, okay? Yeah, Oliver, just take a step back. Time out.
Reece Priestland is warming up on the sidelines, and it's George North, sadly, who's had to call it a day. Took the bump earlier on, and that's a huge blow for the Scarlets and for the youngster as well, because the Scarlets will now have to regroup with Priestland taking his place out on the far wing. So let's hope it's not a serious injury, and that is just a precaution really, with 2 tough European matches coming up. Keep it up, says Nigel Owens. A timely reminder once again to the 2 sets of front rows. Those 2 there, Adam Jones and Iestyn Thomas, have such respect for one another. And when Adam Jones is saying that when he first joined the Wales squad, then his mentor in actual fact was Iestyn Thomas. So no surprise that the British Lion has that respect for the 33-year-old Iestyn Thomas. Almost an intercept.
Release right away.
Scarlets have recovered. Collins. And Stephen Jones tonight again doing more than his fair share of tackling. He doesn't mind the physical stuff.
Stay.
It's a testing kick. Well then, well, no problem. Although Gareth Maul was the pillar in front of Tavis Noyle there. Nothing wrong with that though, says Nigel Owens. Now then, could be something on here. Regan King, now where's the support? Straight down the middle. Byrne in with the tackle. This is where you'd need George North. His replacement is there. Priestland.
No hands, back.
King to Turnbull.
Stay on.
Can't get that ball away. King will have another go. Daniel Ireland slips. Looks to get back inside. The Scarlets threatening. It's on its way to Jones. The Ospreys have a few forwards out there. If they can work the ball out quickly. It's Scott Williams, in fact, out on that right flank. There he is. Big Scott Williams, not Reece Priestland, my mistake. Sets the ball up once again. Noyle looks to take it back inside.
Push him back.
8 metres short then from the Ospreys try line. One more effort could well do it. Turning one way, then the other is Lou Reed. Knocked back in the tackle though. The ball is set up once again for Noyle. Reed once more, head down. Collins and Phillips between them bring the big Chiorki forward to ground. Just a mess, says Nigel Owens. Might have let that develop a little more, perhaps. The tremendous defensive effort from the Ospreys. It's a wonderful sight. Scarlet supporters in fine voice. And can the players on the field reciprocate and give them something to cheer about? Crucial scrum here for the Scarlets. Can they get a 7-pointer before the break? Noyle, the scrum has turned. Jones lost forward advantage to the Ospreys. Couldn't quite get that ball away to Regan King.
Coming on red.
Who made that crucial tackle? The handling errors at about even 5 apiece. Jones, King had overrun a little perhaps, but it was Mike Phillips with the tackle. If only Stephen Jones had held on to that one.
Touch. Pause. Engage.
Dan Biggar, a metre or two behind his own goal line. The forwards look to give him a little more time and space. Thomas with the offload to Andrew Bishop. Now it's back to Biggar. A kick through. Might have been meant for Bow and Fussell. Adventurous play from the Ospreys. So again, then the Ospreys have weathered the storm. Clean take. And Lou Reed once again, certainly putting his hand up these days is Lou Reed. There's Dominic Day alongside him in the boiler house this evening. Again, the Scarlets looking to get the drive on, could come this time. Leading the charge there is Lou Reed, Jonathan Edwards as well. In from the side, Jerry Collins is the man penalised.
From the side. 6 Ospreys from the side.
Intelligent play there by the Scarlets. Wouldn't expect Jerry Collins to agree.
No, you broke away from the maul, so the maul is not ended, so they can keep them going.
Thomas Noyle pointing out the indiscretion. So 2 out of 3 so far for Stephen Jones. Is probably the easiest of the kicks so far. And once again, the Scarlets lead by 3 and by 9 points to 6 with just over a minute remaining of the first half. So nothing much to choose between the teams, although the Scarlets have certainly had the lion's share of the territorial advantage. A few mistakes here and there, and they've coughed up possession. Well, Lou Reed is having a stormer, isn't he? Lions looking to get that rolling ball going. And suck in the Osprey defenders. Holler, Adam Jones, Alan Wynne-Jones, the captain, standing out wide. Jonathan Thomas as well. Scott Williams gives chase. Reese on Thomas immediately. Stop anything from developing.
Push back.
Shut that in with a kick. Evans.
Away, Black. Away, Sam.
Again, the crowd of the home supporters protesting to the touch judge on this side that there could have been an Osprey player offside there. Nigel Owens, I heard him state clearly to Gwyn Morris earlier on in Welsh that he needed him to keep an eye out for the offsides. Steve Jones gives chase, catches Byrne in possession, ties him up in a knot as well. In come the Scarlet players, the ball is loose, it's there for the home side. Nudged back by Jonathan Edwards, I think it was. A still advantage to the Scarlets. If they want the penalty, it's on its way. That came off the knees of Daniel Evans.
No advantage now from the knock-on. Half-time.
So that is the last piece of action then of the first half. The Scarlets have dominated territory. They're up on the scoreboard as well. 3 Stephen Jones penalties against 2 from Dan Biggar. In the Welsh derby, it's Scarlets 9, the Ospreys 6 at half-time.
So maybe
Parker Scarlets, where it's 9 points to 6 at half-time. 3 penalty goals for outside half Stephen Jones, and just wondering whether the Scarlets can keep up the tempo and the intensity of the opening 40. Because there has been criticism perhaps that the Magners League lacks the intensity at times of the Aviva Premiership in England. Well, if they're tuning in the other side of the bridge tonight, they'll certainly have seen plenty of intensity. And Stephen Jones has been at the heart of everything that's good about the Scarlets rugby in the opening 40.
Back red.
Jonathan Thomas taking it up, Halter.
That's fine through the middle, not a problem.
Scarlets, an early chance in the second half. Josh Turnbull into the Osprey 32. Nigel Owens has his arm out. It's going to be a penalty for the Scarlets. Ian Goff, I think, is the man penalised. There'll be a stern lecture at the very least from Nigel Owens.
That's Sinica, no attempt on the side. He's run in front of Nine's path. Do it again, you're gone.
So Ian Goff then on probation. Cynical run straight in front of Tavis Noyle. Yeah, not very subtle, was it? But it's a let-off for Goff and a let-off for the Ospreys as well, in as much that Nigel Owens wasn't tempted to go to his pocket on that occasion. But he will, no doubt, the next time, as Jones then eyes the posts for the first time in the second 40. Wastes no time whatsoever, turns his back. And it's a 4th successful penalty attempt then for the outside half. And the Scarlets lead by 12 points to 6.
Garen Evans, wel Garen, awyrgylch arbennig yma, gan mwyn i y cwestiwn ar feddyliau cefnogwyr y Scarlets ar hyn o bryd, fydd wedi holl ymdrech ar hanner cynta yna, a wys digon yn y tank ar gyfer yr ail hanner yma.
Yeah, fair question there from Scott Davis to Scarlets manager Garen Evans. After the intensity of the opening 40 and the pressure applied by the Scarlets, can they keep it up in the second 40?
Mae'r ddau dîm yn hedfan mewn I gilydd, mae'n gêm ffornig mach, mae'n grêt ar hyn o bryd.
A ac angen gêm agored ydyn ni'n meddwl am y
Great
Scarlets.
contest is what Garen Evans said. People flying into the contact areas. No quarter asked for, no quarter given.
Ar hyn o bryd, ond ysgrifennu cael o'n dal sownd i'r bel, yn bach yn hirach. Fi'n siŵr enni croesi'r un y contest yn bach yn fwy.
Diolch yn fawr, Garen.
Okay, diolch.
Garen Evans saying that the Scarlets perhaps need to retain possession for a little longer. They certainly haven't looked threatening in the Ospreys 22 and they have had the ball in hand. That's a huge kick. Lieben. And left peg of his penning the Scarlets back to their own 22. So Ian Goff. Now then, interesting. Ian Goff departs before perhaps he's dispatched to the sin bin. Surprising that it's only taken a couple of minutes into the second half for that to happen. Ryan Jones comes in to take his place probably in the middle of the back row, which means that Jonathan Thomas will move up to the second row. We were wondering whether Warren Gatland saw Jonathan Thomas as a potential number 8 for Wales. The Wales captain made an impression when he came on last week against Ironi. Suddenly the Ospreys played a little more direct when he came on late in the game.
Crouch. Touch.
Competition for places in the Ospreys back row. Jonathan Thomas, of course, can play anyway in the back five of that scrum. Noyle, is that a high tackle? No. Play on, says Nigel Owens. Another reason to steady the ship, tackled by Adam Jones, his fellow Wales international and British Lion international as well. Jones takes it up into the face of the opposition. David Lyons steps back inside. Not quite as prominent as we have seen him in recent games. Bigger releases the ball from the grasp of Daniel Evans-Thomas again in midfield with ball in hand to Andrew Bishop. The Scarlets again are there in numbers. It's advantage the Ospreys here.
Scarlets, hit the gate, please.
Not coming in through the gate. Shane Williams sets off. Tackled by Regan King, his captain. Alan Wynne-Jones is there. And the Ospreys have regrouped behind. It's Ryan Jones at first receiver by the looks of it. It's bigger though. Chances here, Paul James. Burn up from fullback. He's got Holler. Forward pass surely to Richard Fussell. Well, the Scarlets players are screaming at Nigel Owens. It looked as if it was a forward pass. No, says Nigel Owens. It's a try for the Ospreys, which brings them back within a point. A well-worked try, though. It has to be said. But Stephen Jones was the first with his arms up in protest. Let's have another look. The gap. Well, you can probably hear the roar on Parque Scarlets. The first time that the Ospreys have threatened. 7 points then, and the Ospreys lead the Scarlets for the first time in this match, and by 13 points to 12. Fussell, try, and a bigger conversion. And Fussell, I think, knows as well that it was a forward pass. Byrne, straight up. So Scarlets some start all over again.
Play on, jumped in the air, jumped into him, play on.
Gaps opening up, Bishop. So here come the Ospreys once again then, the bit between their teeth now. And no sooner have they scored that there's a chance, a half chance for the Scarlets from halfway perhaps. Bennett is on for Hibbert in the middle of that front row. A bit of back chen as well, and that's 10 yards nearer the post for the Scarlets. And that might be an admission by Nigel Owens that he may have slipped up in not spotting the forward pass. Yeah, now then let's have a look at the shadows there. In the meantime, Tommy Bowe is receiving treatment in midfield. You can't take your eyes off this match for 1 minute, 1 second. So this kick from Stephen Jones to restore the lead. Whereas it was about 45 metres, it's now about 35. No mistake. A fifth success then for Stephen Jones. And the Scarlets lead once again, and by 2. 15 plays 13. Dominic Day couldn't quite gather that one.
Stay.
Scarlets 15, Ospreys 30.
Jonathan Edwards
Release, Ospreys, release.
takes on Marty Holler. Both number 7s. Bigger takes into the wide open spaces. Jones is the only one back there. Doesn't really want it to go into touch. Perilously close to the touchline. Tavis Noyle in trouble here on his own try line. The Ospreys flying
Scrum, attacking ball.
to the tackle area. They've got the scrum.
Your Ospreys ball.
Good vision there from Dan Bigger. That kick needed to come immediately. Collins it was in with a tackle on Tavis Noyle. Now the Ospreys will surely make that weight advantage count and make the Scarlets pay for that indiscretion.
Panel, please. Crouch. Touch. Get the second rows to hold the sub as well, please. You just stay where you are.
Well, that
Crouch.
forward pass that wasn't has certainly increased the
Pause,
volume
engage. In
from
line.
the Scarlet supporters. Scrum has turned through the 90 degrees, so it's a Scarlet put in.
That's a legal wheel. Turn of the ball.
A legal wheel, according to Nigel Owens. Well, we've seen that time and time again over the years at Parc Estrade Park, and here also the Scarlets. They crab a little in field. They get that nudge on. Robert McBride, of course, now the forwards coach here. He's a pass master
Touch. Pause. Engage.
at that tactic.
In line.
Lions
Push back. Push back.
Stephen Jones
Leave it, you two.
stands back and barking the orders there. Gets Tavis Noyle to relieve the pressure. Holler and Byrne again. But it's a chance. King to Gareth Moore. Can he get away? Only as far as the 10-metre line. The Scarlets are looking for quick ball. They got plenty of men over on the outside. Over to the left.
Advantage from the side.
But it's advantage the Ospreys. The Scarlets coming in from the side. Shane Williams with a kick downfield. Evans is there. Evades the first tackle. Jerry Collins takes no prisoners. The Scarlets have retained possession, but they've given away 30 metres of territory, so they'll have to start all over again. Lamont, 47 caps for Scotland. Noyle over the defence. That's a sensible tactical kick from the scrum half. Huge pressure on these players. More so on the referee this evening, Nigel Owens. It's a cauldron of intensity, and Nigel Owens can hardly make himself heard as he has a word with Gwyn Morris, the touch judge. So Hibbard to look for his men. Ryan Jones down the front, but it's Jonathan Thomas who appears to be the line-out captain. Jones, not clean ball. Phillips under pressure, does well to get that ball away. Daniel Evans has his eyes on it. He's got Scott Williams, he's got Regan King, Sean Lamont as well. Byrne sets off. Nothing wrong with that. Lyons in with a tackle on Jerry Collins. Right on a knife edge here, 15-13. Every tackle has to count. Turnbull. Yeston Thomas spins it out to Regan King. The hitch kick releases Stephen Jones up to the Ospreys 22. Now then it's there quickly for Thomas Noyle. Lamont off his right wing, needs support here. Just the one try. Full marks for effort all round. Nigel Owens right on the spot. The news coming through from Ireland is that Munster have lost to Leinster, and by 13 points to 9. In the first game then at the new Aviva Stadium on the site of the old Lansdowne Road. Turnover ball. The Ospreys have won it. Phillips leaves it for Lee Byrne. The dependable Lee Byrne at fullback. Turnbull takes the quick one. Marty Holler charges down. Evans just kicks. Scott Williams is back there. Holler is there as well. Who got there first?
22.
My money was on the Scarlet, but what an opportunity that was. Nigel Owens wasted no time whatsoever in calling for the 22 dropout. What a let-off. Scooped back there by Scott Williams, under pressure from Marty Holler. So close. Marty Holler couldn't quite control the ball. It was fortunate for the Scarlets that Scott Williams is back there. Paul James has departed to receive some treatment. You could see some blood pouring from a head wound. It's Ryan Bevington, the replacement.
Roll away, Red!
Jerry Collins in full flight. That's a lovely pass from Bigger. Now then a chance for Shane Williams. A kick for the corner. Keep the pressure on. Evans collared by Lee Byrne, has to release it.
Left away!
Yeston Thomas is the man back there.
Push back!
Scarlets should have it. There it is. Scarlets right up on the advantage line to prevent anything from developing here. Noyle has a quick look, gets it away, but it's infield to Tommy Bowe. Bigger points the way. Not that you need to point the way to Tommy Bowe, who won every individual award in the game last season. Ryan Jones takes it on as far as the Scarlets 22. The Ospreys far more prominent in the second half in attack than they were in the first. Collins leading the charge. The pick-up, the drive by Ryan Jones into midfield. Phillips releases Shane Williams. Got to keep an eye on him. Got to be a try. Alun Wyn Jones goes for the corner. He's over. He thinks he's scored. But Gwyn Morris has a word.
Time out.
They're going to ask Tony Rowlands to have a look at this one. But I don't think there's any dispute.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem there.
Just check his elbow, Gwyn is asking, otherwise he's happy.
Scott Williams and Jonathan Edwards between them couldn't quite prevent Alun Wyn Jones. Perhaps if Scott Williams had been left to his own devices, then perhaps the Scarlets would have
I think it's a try.
prevented a try.
Get on.
You may award the try.
Thank you.
Yep. Confirmation then from Tony Rowlands that the try was good. A captain's try then for Alun Wyn Jones. A timely pass from Shane Williams to Tommy Bowe. The offer to Alun Wyn Jones, who had the strength to drive over, drove infield to take the hit and to get the touchdown. Ospreys ahead for the second time in this match. Looks good. Oh, hits the upright. Just the 3 points then. 18 plays 15. A second try for the Ospreys. 18-15 as we approach the midway point in this second half. Rhys Thomas, the replacement prop forward for Deacon Manu in the Scarlet ranks. Can the Scarlets respond once again? Rob McCusker is on as well in the back row.
Back red.
Another booming kick from the boot of Lee Byrne. Then it's Jones on Byrne.
Stay your feet. Good.
Collins gets it away. Bigger to the 10-metre line. Shane Williams again causing mayhem in midfield. Bishop with a chip ahead. Noyle is back there. Bevington wears 17 for the Ospreys, the replacement. No slouch himself. There's McCusker, the replacement for Jonathan Edwards in the back row. We have Daniel Jones again to come back, of course. Competition for places these days at Parc des Scarlets. Evans looking for support on the inside. Pass didn't go to hand. Again it's left for Regan King. Noyle to Rhys Thomas on the charge, over halfway. And he's set it up for Stephen Jones. The game opening up now. Justin Thomas takes it on.
Rack is called. No.
20 minutes remaining then, just the one score in it. Could go either way. And I can see James Hook also warming up on the sidelines to come on. The Ospreys certainly have the stronger bench.
Unplayable, nobody's fault. Forward, red ball.
Into the last quarter then. 18 points to 15. Let's
Well,
hear from Sean Hawley,
what a
the
game, and your
Ospreys
boys
coach.
have stepped up a gear in the second half.
Yeah, I'd like to take credit for the half-time talk, but no, they've turned up second half for the Scarlets. They came out fighting first half, but still not out of the woods yet, you know. Disappointing scrum call from Nigel, expected better than that, but you know, maybe our try was slightly forward as well.
And a word on those tries, the first one in particular, Sean, your thoughts on that one?
Well counter-attack, you know. There'll be a debate about the pass, but it warranted a try. As regards you know, the scrum, well, I don't know, a good finish from Alan Wynne on the second one.
Diolch yn fawr.
Yeah, some you win, some you lose. Make your own luck in this game. So James Hook then is on for Richard Fussell, which means that Tommy Bowe has gone back to out onto the right. James Hook takes his place outside. Dan Bigger recovered then from his shoulder operation and getting his first taste of competitive rugby in the new season. The Ospreys have upped the intensity in the second half. They've brought on Ryan Jones, they've brought on James Hook as well. Bigger hoists the high one. Hook gives chase, Bishop as well. Daniel Evans confident as ever under the high ball. Back to Jones. He certainly showed that man there, that young man, how to run a game last week against the Dragons when the Scarlets at various times were down to 14 and 13 men. So the kick from his own 22 down to the Ospreys in goal area. Bigger kicks long. Scott Williams, another exciting youngster. He showed up well for the Wales under 20 side last season and the season before. Here's Thomas, making up for lost time last season, long-term injury. Play on, says Nigel Owens. Looked to be a Scarlet player in front of Lamont, but wasn't impeding an Osprey from getting to him. Scott Williams. Jones in the thick of it as ever. Well, Rhys Thomas, not for the first time. Didn't go forward. Turnbull takes the inside track this time. Stephen Jones, can he conjure up something, I wonder? Was Rhys taken off the ball? King. Lovely step from the Kiwi. Scott Williams, there's the strength from Scott Williams, the youngster.
Release Ospreys!
And the Ospreys have it, illegally done so, says referee Owens. So a chance for a three-pointer and a chance for the Scarlets. This one is going to go down to the wire. The Ospreys have been penalised 9 times, to the Scarlets 6. A chance to draw level, rather. Yeah, Mike Phillips should have released it. That is what Nigel Owens is saying, but in the heat of the moment, having done all the hard work, it's not always the first thing that comes to mind. So this then, to draw level. All the Scarlets points have come from the boot of Stephen Jones, all 5 penalties. Can he make it 6 out of 7? Straight down the middle. It's all square at 18 points all, thanks to Stephen Jones' sixth penalty goal. So will it be another mistake which brings victory to either team? The Ospreys certainly came out firing in all cylinders in the second half. They claimed 2 tries, but it's still 18 all.
Scarlets 18, Ospreys 18.
Jones again with a long kick downfield, and again he finds Lee Byrne. The longest of kicks. Just nudged forward by Lee Byrne though. Look to regather. A quizzical look on the face of Lee Byrne, hinting perhaps that the ball actually went back off a Scarlet arm.
Pause, engage, in. Stay ground, back row.
Reece Thomas, this side of the scrum, with his arm on the floor. Now then, a crowd pointing to the fact that Lee Byrne was outside his 22, or that he may have been outside. Well, I don't know. Nigel Owens is quite happy, as is Gwyn Morris, the touch judge, the referee's assistant, is quite happy.
No, outside there.
That the kick was in fact from inside the 22 and should be allowed therefore. Reid takes it down the front for the Scarlets. Noel again hoists the high kick. Only as far as Shane Williams though. The ball has seen quite a bit of air. Lions of the pass out to Daniel Evans, no mistaking that one. That was out on the full. So they'll come back for a line out for the Ospreys.
No, you didn't. Both went down together. He was in possession.
This is the man they call Johnny F. Johnny Fa'amatuainu, the Samoan. Can play at left forward or back row. Hola. Phillips with the accurate distribution, hook. 12 minutes remaining then. 18 points all. Bigger to Bow in midfield. Byrne again looking to straighten up, no mistaking that pass. Bennett sets off for the try line, 10 metres short. Evans does well to scramble that one away. But it's the Ospreys again asking the questions. Johnny Fa'amatuainu comes on. Dominic Day is the man replaced.
Time on.
Palm down, Alan Wynne-Jones sets off, good angle of running from the captain. Quick release finds Ryan Jones, 10 metres short. There's the Scarlets try-line in the background. Collins on the offload. Now then.
First knock on red.
Yeah,
second
good decision.
Ospreys. Scrum, Osprey ball.
It appeared to come off Jerry Collins' hand, but it was a Scarlet hand. May have been Stephen Jones actually, who just nudged it forward. So it's still advantage Ospreys, 10 minutes remaining, 10 metres out. They've got half a stone a man weight advantage as well. A little more so now possibly with Ryan Jones on. Shane Williams is standing in the outside half position, or just to the left of the scrum as we look at it. It's an almighty shambles.
Just a slip there, boys. Just a slip. Let's keep working on it. Bind up, please. Bind over, long bind.
Might be contemplating a drop goal attempt here, Dan Biggar. The Scarlets might have one eye on Shane Williams.
Touch!
Could take the pressure off young Biggar on the far side.
No, no, the hooker is not in. Hookers are not in. Let's keep in. Both of them, stay in.
Keen competition between these two hookers. Matthew Rees, the man in possession of the Wales #2 shirt.
Drive square. Crouch. Touch.
So what have the Ospreys got up their sleeves, I wonder? Shane Williams, James Hook from this side, and Andrew Bishop. It's untidy ball once again. Good work by Tavis Noyle. So Ryan Jones holds on to possession, making sure that the Ospreys are still going forward. Mike Phillips though, was that a rare mistake? No, it didn't go forward. Phillips has recovered, and the Ospreys looking for that third try. Up to the Scarlets try line. There is the ball. One more effort should do it. Hook is on the wide outside. Biggar is back in the pocket. A simple drop goal for Dan Biggar, and the advantage is with the Ospreys. Three points the advantage and for the Ospreys with 8 minutes or so remaining. That's how tight it is. Lyons did his level best, but Biggar kept his cool. So Jerry Collins is walking gingerly towards the near touchline, which means that Justin Tipuric is on for the remaining 7 minutes or so. There he is, wearing 20. And Scott Williams is the man down for the Scarlets, holding his ribs. Jones again, but only as far as Lee Byrne. Kicks not going into the open spaces. Byrne right down the tram lines there. And again, Daniel Evans pointing back. But it's huge territorial gain for the Ospreys. But again, the Scarlet supporters not happy. Scott Williams. Was the ball on the chalk? That is the question. So Scott Williams back on his feet, but he's been pulled off, and Reece Priestland is on for the Scarlets. So the Ospreys, by let go, by good judgment, find themselves down in that far corner. They played the corners expertly in this second period. 6 minutes or so, 6 minutes for the Scarlets to get back on level terms or to clinch it. Noyle doesn't find touch. Bow burned this time with a drop ball attempt, but it was a speculative kick at best. Friesland inside his own 22 floats that on the evening air, and the Scarlets are back to the Ospreys 22. This is where they want to play their rugby. The Scarlet supporters welcoming Nigel Owens' decision to award the Scarlets an extra metre or two. So the last substitution sees Martin Roberts come on for Tavis Noyle, who's not had a bad game at all. Yet another ex-Osprey then coming on. Straight in the hands of Ryan Jones, that one.
Last feet. Just take him back in.
Daniel Evans has called for it.
Backwards, backwards.
Again running into trouble, but gets out of trouble this time.
Away, Ospreys! Okay, John.
The clock is against the Scarlets now. Rhys Thomas taking the direct route.
Ospreys, off your feet,
Sets it up just inside the Scarlets' 10-metre line. Jones, the ball has to stick now. Johnny Farmer to Wainu. Roberts. Turnbull picks his angle over halfway.
Release now, Ospreys, back.
Roberts almost intercepted. Regan King, a little bit of magic. That's what the Scarlets need. Farmer to Wainu turns, sets it up. Penalty, Scarlets. Impeding the passage of the ball. Now then, is this within the compass of Stephen Jones? Pull it down, says Matthew Rhys. And as it has many, many times in the past, it looks as if it's going to rest on the shoulders of Stephen Jones to salvage a draw at this stage from the game. The Scarlets ahead by 9 points to 6 at the break. There's never been more than 3 points in it throughout the 76 minutes. My mistake, there has 12 points to 6 it was at one time. But just for a minute or two. 2 tries for the Ospreys. All the Scarlets points have come from the boot of Stephen Jones. 6 out of 7. This is the most difficult kick of the game for him. On the 10-metre line. Has to be some 45 metres with the angle. Regan King receiving treatment behind Stephen Jones' shoulder. It's not there. It's short, it's wide. And bigger, plenty of time to pick your spot on the far touchline. So the Scarlets have 2 minutes and a little more to salvage something from this match now. They'll get a consolation losing bonus as things stand now. But it looks as if the Ospreys are set for their 5th consecutive victory against the Scarlets. And the Scarlets' run of victories is going to come to an end. They've not won 4 on the trot since the 2006-2007 season. But it's not all over yet. The kick to the wide outside. Oh, if that had clung to the hands of Daniel Evans. Not a deliberate attempt by Lee Byrne. No, it just happened to come off his arm. And the 14,000 or so who made the journey to back the Scarlets, well, they've not been disappointed. And I hope it all goes well for the games to come for both teams, really. in the Heineken Cup this season. The Welsh support hasn't been that great in comparison to the Irish clubs, for instance. Roberts to Turnbull rather, Josh Turnbull. 5 metres outside the Ospreys 22, but the Ospreys have won it, have stolen it. And that may well have been the last chance for the Scarlets. James Hook have pushed the home side back deep inside their own 22. It's been a good team effort in this second half from the Ospreys, but it's that man there, the blindside wing forward Jerry Collins, who's deemed to be man of the match in a game where it must have been difficult really to select a man of the match. There have been so many who put their hands up. Stephen Jones certainly in that first half. Into the last minute then. The Scarlets 18, the Ospreys 21 points. As Jones once again finds the far touchline, but it'll be a line out for the Ospreys. They'll be in no hurry whatsoever. The Scarlets came out firing on all cylinders in that first half, but that's a look of resignation on the face of Scarlets head coach Nigel Davis. The fans in fine voice, but those 2 tries from Richard Fussell and Alan Wynne-Jones have certainly quietened the home fans in the second half. And Bigger, with that sweetly taken drop goal, appears to have given the Ospreys the victory. Ospreys, that's all they need to do is to hold on to possession and kick into the grandstand. Mike Phillips.
He's through the middle, he's fine.
We'll have a look, but Johnny Farmer-Tuainu has his hands on the ball.
Hands away, Scarlets, away.
But it's there. Hugh Bennett has done his job. Well, Mike Phillips obviously is not aware that we've arrived at the 81 this time perhaps. Well, this is this is strange. The ball is still alive, the game is still alive. 1 minute over the 80, over the 40 in the second half, and the Ospreys still battling. Now then, I think Jonathan Thomas is aware of the state of play. That's enough. Nigel Owens blows the final whistle then. It looked so good for the Scarlets at half-time, but the Ospreys came out fighting in the second half, claimed 2 tries, but in the end it was the drop goal from that man, Dan Bigger, who sealed it and sealed the victory for the visitors at Parc des Starlets. It's finished, the Scarlets 18, the Ospreys 21.
Dyma fesur yn y gêm, Jerry Collins, llongyfarchiadau da iawn. I'll present you with that. How did you enjoy that West Wales derby?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Probably for the first 60 minutes, we didn't see much ball and we're pretty much just tackled. But a couple of classy moves by Shane and Bernie and that got us out of jail today. But to come out west and just to win the derby games, they're never pretty to watch, but they're pretty to play in. So I'm just happy to get the win. So. Well,
I beg to differ. It was pretty to watch. Alan Wynne, I'll come to you. First away win of the season, first of all.
Yeah, we had to get a roll on, I suppose, sooner or later away. As you say, first to win away. I think first half we can be pretty disappointed with our kicking game and what we did with possession we had. Then look at the second half, I think we were a bit more direct and wiser with possession.
And a big first test of the season as well, and sets you up nicely for a big game next weekend.
If you look at it like that, it's almost 3 Heineken Cup games. There's the derby matches are the magnitude of Heineken Cup games, and as I say, it'll put us in good stead for the next 2 games.
Da iawn, diolch yn fawr.
Diolch yn fawr.